this is it. This is my semi-kind of annual tradition of the Turk-Cake. Basically what it is the entire Thanksgiving meal built into what looks like a birthday cake, and deliciousness ensues. Rob, if you could, oh, and this is DJ the Wonder Dog, who's going to be assisting as well. Rob, if you want to come a little close here and see the discs that we have. This and this, these two are both ground turkey with some poultry seasoning and 1 egg each. I just baked them in a 9-inch round cake pan, and then I did the same with store-bought stuffing. I used the water and the butter, and then I also just threw in 1 egg just to make sure it all stays together, and did the same thing, baked it in the oven for a little while. So what we have are the 3 dips. Mashed potatoes, you can of course make fresh if you like, but I just went ahead and made a regular old box mashed potato. And then these are garlic seasoned sweet potatoes. These are actually from scratch, so they better be pretty darn good. So we'll start the cake just like you would any other regular cake. I flipped it upside down so the flat part is here. And we'll start with a layer of mashed potatoes. I don't see why not. It's always pretty good. You're using it just the same way you would frosting on a cake, except the frosting is obviously mashed potatoes and just slightly more delicious. So use as much as you want or as little as you want, but you do need to make sure you cover all the outside parts so that you have a glue for all of the other layers that we're going to be putting on. So there's the first layer with mashed potatoes. Now very carefully, excuse my hand, I'm going to try to get the stuffing part all in one disc. Hopefully the egg has done its job as binding it all together. It has. Although it's just a little bigger than the turkey portion, that's okay. Because obviously the turkey portion is going to shrink a little bit. Next, on top of the stuffing, I'm going to use the sweet potatoes. Now, if you're someone who at Thanksgiving you prefer to have a little bit of everything in each bite, this is definitely for you. If you like to have one thing at a time, well, I mean, you can still do it because once you slice it, it's going to come out sliced exactly like a birthday cake, like a 3 or 4 tier birthday cake. But again, you just need a good hearty layer so it works as the glue. And it doesn't really matter if it doesn't look gorgeous on either side because you're just going to be smashing more mashed potatoes on the outside. So there's that second layer. I did put a little bit of brown sugar, a little garlic, and a little salt and pepper in the sweet potatoes. Then again, carefully, going to take another layer of the turkey and put it right down on top again, just like a regular old cake, but I like to use the round part of the top here, just so it looks prettier once you're all done. And again, I'm gonna go at it with some regular mashed potatoes. And move this out of the way. So you put the mashed potatoes on, and again, just frosting it just like a regular cake. Now, if you had a cake pedestal, this would be even more lovely, but I don't have one of those, so we're just going bachelorette style and just using a cookie sheet with a little bit of tin foil on it just to kind of keep it nice. So I'm just going to keep going around and get down on the sides. Again, frosting it just like a regular cake. No real magic here. There is a bit of prep time involved, and I did that all before we started doing the video just because, quite frankly, it's a little boring just to watch something bake. So it doesn't have to be pretty, as obviously it's starting to not be pretty because I'm getting some of the sweet potatoes on the outside. That's okay, it's just color. It's all delicious. Pretty good. I think this is probably better for a friends gathering, maybe co-workers gathering, rather than surprising your family. Oh, hey, by the way, Grandma, thanks for all the tradition, but I've gone ahead and made everything you make in a cake. Probably not going to be very well received. Maybe it will, I don't know. It's a little bit less cleanup, I would say. Looks like I have gotten just about the right amount of mashed potatoes to cover this. When I first made this, everybody said I was absolutely bananas insane. But, you know, everybody was saying bananas insane also said, can I please have a there. Now, I haven't heated this up since I am going to be this is all put together at room temperature. When you do finally heat it, you could put the whole thing in the microwave. I've never done it that way. I don't know how that would turn out. What I would probably do instead is just cut a slice out, take that slice and put it in the microwave. That would probably be the best way to heat it through, because you just want to make sure, everything's all cooked already, but you just want to, have it warm. And usually when you have a birthday cake, you have a nice glass of ice cold milk on the side of it. I'm not going to show it in this particular video because you'll be able to figure it out, but instead, on the side, instead of a glass of milk, you're going to have a glass of gravy to pour over said slice of Turk-Cake. So, there we go. That's pretty much as good as it's going to get. Again, it doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to be tasty. I think I filled in all the holes. Do you see any I'm missing at all?
I think we're good to go.
Alright, now the final portion of this, which makes it really special, because you do want it to look like a cake just for effect. I've taken a little bit of canned jellied cranberry sauce and then added a little, it's exploding, a little bit of water, and I microwaved it and just put it in this squirt bottle. So I'm just going to drizzle it over the cake, maybe, just to give it, well, it's more like a squirt than a drizzle, because there's still some chunks in there. Just to give it a little bit of color and a little bit of, this could have been done much better. Just to give it a little color and a little bit of sweetness, because there is a school of people who do like cranberry, although in my family it's always the last thing that's left on the table and hasn't even been touched. But at least it's in a pretty little glass. So, I'll just do that, and then of course just clean up around the rest of it. Maybe I'll do a couple more lines, just because right now it kind of looks like a baseball. So I'll just do a couple more lines.
Now it'll just look like a basketball.
And now it looks like a basketball or a soccer ball, or it's for the sports fan, obviously. So afterwards, I'm just going to clean up the stuff around it, and if you're traveling with it, which I am because I'm bringing this to my coworkers in the morning, I'm going to put toothpicks in it and tent it so that the mashed potatoes will kind of stay somewhat attached to the Turk-Cake rather than to the tin foil. So that, although it's a little ugly right now, that, my friends, is the Thanksgiving Turk-Cake. I hope you'll try it, and if you don't, that's okay too. But if you have any questions, you can always email me or just go to the website, which is, of course, obviously you already know this because you're watching it on the website, 961joyfm.com. Happy Thanksgiving!